Bill, we talked in Cork the last day, and you were, I suppose, buoyed in some way going out with Páirc Uí Chaoimh that you'd learned a little bit from the last quarter, that you had maybe found something, a couple of players came in and maybe made a little bit of a difference. Where are you now, having stepped up here today and really, the first half you blew Waterford out of the water?
Well, as you say, we came out with Cork last week, finished very positive. We found a lot last week of style of play. Going into it, we thought we were going well. We were trying things as well. But as you know, until you get out in your first game, you don't know where you stand. And Cork are a good test. Kilkenny, Galway, all the same as well. So, we adjusted and adapted for this week and put in a couple of players, played, I suppose you could say, into Waterford's faces. We were putting pressure on all over the field from the corner forwards all the way back, which is, you can't leave any team, even particularly like Waterford as well, stand off you. They'll score all day. They're a very good team. They're aggressive, they're strong. But I thought we came today, we hurled positively, we hurled from the front, we forgot about our mistakes from last week, and we wanted to win, and we wanted to win the game well too,
In a pitch that you obviously wouldn't be too comfortable or know a whole lot maybe about it in some ways, you looked very comfortable on the surface, and definitely that first quarter, you were playing I'd say some of your best hurling maybe of the last 12 months in some ways.
Well, yeah, I suppose in phases of the first half there we were hurling well, ball to hand. We looked like we knew what we were doing anyway, but it was coming off for us, And the pitch was great. In fairness, we have never hurled here before. I was just talking to a couple of girls before the start. They'd hurled here when they were 14, and nearly all played football matches here at some stage of their career. But fabulous conditions, fabulous pitch. And I thought it was fair and fabulous for both of them, and fair play to Clonmel for hosting it for us. I think we'll be back here more often. But as you say, a good pitch, it led to wide open hurling too. You could get into space, take on your player, and if a score was on, I thought we took them well, in particular in the first half.
Just getting to it then, the game starts off, Bill, when you come out and you felt the breeze, was it maybe a part of your kind of plan then to make the most of it? And you started quite well then, obviously, with the goal. You were chipping away scores, as I said, in that first quarter. They were just coming for fun. That lead ultimately, it was too big for Waterford then to overcome.
Well, with the breeze, you have to take advantage of it too, And if you remember last week, the same girl got the first attempt at a pint against Cork, Clodagh McIntyre. Today she converted it, and that's the way it goes, yourself. And but we did play well. You have to make use of the breeze too, or the conditions, because as you know, in Ireland, in the second half, the breeze could be gone, or
could change direction.
Yeah, change direction. It could go across the field, or it could be raining in one half the field and not the other. But look, we went out. If we won the toss, we were going with the breeze. That was it. Go out, start strong, and use the ball, take our scores when they're on. And I thought we did that well. Second half, Waterford put us up to us, and we struggled in phases. They really got in our faces as well, and we had to work hard for the limited scores we got in the second half. So, there's oceans of room for improvement there as well. And we have to keep improving every week and get through the league and try and keep adding more to our game and countering other teams as well. It isn't just about coming out here today and we're brilliant. now. We're not. We have work to do, and we have hard work to do, and we know that.
So knockout phases build from here on in as regards the league. Anyway, I'm sure for yourselves you'll want to keep the games and keep them coming.
Well, that's why there was pressure on this today. We want the competitive matches, we want to be in quarter-finals, semi-finals and finals if we can. So, that was the goal today. Go out, do the job, do it as best you could, get the win, and hopefully drive on for a quarter-final. Look, anything could happen. Waterford could go out and beat Cork next week. We never know, because the rustiness is knocked off them today too. It's very hard to be the third team, and you have a bye week, at the very first round. The other two teams are maybe slightly ahead of you. So look, we're delighted with the performance. We're into a quarter-final hopefully, and we'll take it from there.
Bill, thanks indeed, and as always you're a gentleman.
Thanks
for joining
us
here this afternoon.
Our game's about style. We forge our own path forward, because our style is substance.